Welcome back to my class, whereby still we have Nicholas Atwina as the teacher. You can access him through all of those channels. And now we have come to discuss reptiles. That's why we are here. And with this, reptiles are undercold-blooded. That's what we needed to know. Meaning, they are vertebrates, but still undercold-blooded. They have their body temperatures change. So most reptiles are oviparous, meaning they lay eggs. They may pose a question that why are reptiles called oviparous animals? You will say they are oviparous animals because they lay eggs. Characteristics, what makes an organism be regarded as a reptile? They are cold-blooded animals, that's one. They breathe by means of lungs, that's the second. Their skin is covered with scales. Their skin are scaly. Their teeth are similar. They don't have canines, molars, premolars, and incisors. Their teeth are similar. They have three-chambered hearts, or their hearts have three chambers, whereby they have two auricles. These are two upper chambers. Auricles are upper chambers. There are two, left auricle and right auricle. And then the lower chamber, which is ventricle, they have one, unlike mammals. They have four limbs with claws apart from the snake. A snake is the only limbless reptile, because they will pose the question, mention any one limbless reptile. You will have to state that a snake is a limbless reptile. Then they have external ears. Their eardrum is usually situated below the surface of the body. Their eardrum is below the surface of the body. They lay eggs which are fertilized internally. Still, they have internal mode of fertilization. Their fertilization is still internal, meaning reptiles are similar to mammals and similar to birds in terms of reproduction. I mean, they all have internal fertilization. The shells of eggs are either leathery or quite hard, made of calcium carbonate. They usually don't look after their young ones. When they produce young ones, then young ones will have to strive and try to care for themselves. We got classification of reptiles. They are classified in the following groups, whereby we have snakes, we have lizards, we have turtles, tortoises, and terrapins. Then finally we have crocodiles and alligators. Or in case you meet any animal which is under snakes, or it's under lizards, or it's a crocodile, you know that it's a reptile. Then we are starting with snakes. They have no limbs. They are unique on its own. Why are they unique? They don't have limbs. They are limbless reptiles. They are carnivorous, meaning they feed on meat, because we looked at carnivorous animals. Their eyes are without eyelids. They don't have eyelids, but each eye is protected by an immovable transparent membrane, but they don't have eyelids. They have a forked tongue. This part, which acts as a sense organ for smell and taste. Human beings use nose to smell and use tongue to taste. For them, they use their forked tongue to do both. They have a large number of ribs and vertebrates. Then they shed or molt their skin after a certain period of time. They shed their skin when they are growing, when they are increasing in size. Their backward pointed teeth prevent prey from escaping from the mouth. Once it has got a prey, it has that backward teeth that will make it not move away from the mouth. Some snakes have poison fangs which have a deep canal through which poison passes. They have poisonous snakes, have poison fangs. The ribs and large scales on the underside of their body help them to move. They hide or move away when stabbed. Those are snakes. Snakes are also classified into poisonous, constrictors, and non-poisonous. They are reclassified into 3. We look at poisonous. They have 2 long teeth called fangs. 2 long teeth called fangs. All poisonous snakes have fangs, and those fangs are meant to inject venom. Examples of poisonous snakes, we have cobra, then we have mamba, and mamba, we have green mamba and black mamba. We have puff adder or night adder. Then we have viper. Those are different examples of poisonous snakes. We go to non-poisonous snakes. Non-poisonous snakes, they don't have fangs, as the name states, because we have said that fangs are meant to inject venom. But these non-poisonous, they need not to have fangs because they don't inject venom. They don't have actual venom, and the snake venom poison. They have solid uniform teeth. That's the characteristic. Then for constrictors, this type of snakes kill their prey by crushing and suffocating. They crush and suffocate them using muscles. That's a snake. It just opens mouth, then a prey enters. After it has entered, it crushes and makes it suffocate up to death. Constrictors lick their prey to make them smooth and slippery. They just lick, they use their tongue to lick and make them smooth such that they are easily swallowed. Examples, we have python, we have anaconda, we have boa constrictor. Then first aid for snake bites. Once you are bitten by a snake, how do we help that victim before taken to the hospital? That is first aid for snake bites. We apply black stone on the injured part to suck poison after making cuts. We just get your black stone, then you put it there on the injured part. Then stay quiet and rest the bitten part so that the venom doesn't spread. It's better actually to hold, as we are going to see on number 3. We tie a bandage or tourniquet, this tourniquet, between the heart and the bitten part to limit the flow of poison blood to the heart. We use a tourniquet to prevent blood containing poison from going to the heart. Or you can cut the fang marks and suck the venom if we don't have a wound in the mouth. You just cut using a razor blade or any skin piercing instrument, then you use your mouth. If you don't have wounds, then you suck blood as you spit. You suck blood as you spit. Venom will have to be spat, because actually during that process of spitting. Then after you take the venom to the you take the victim to the nearest health unit to receive antivenom injection. How can you tell that a person has been bitten by a poisonous snake? It leaves 2 fang marks, that's one on the bitten area, through which some blood oozes out. You will see those 2 fang marks on the victim. Then we go to lizards. They have 4 limbs and a tail which can grow when it's cut. We have examples of lizards. We have sinks. We have geckos. We have chameleons. We are used to geckos and chameleons. We have agama lizards. We have monitor lizards. We have iguana lizards. All these are lizards. We are starting with chameleon as the first case. And chameleons are slow-moving reptiles which protect themselves by changing color. They will ask a question that how do chameleons protect themselves? Chameleons protect themselves by changing color, or sometimes we say by camouflaging. That's how they protect themselves. They use their long sticky tongues to capture their prey. They may ask, what does a chameleon use to capture prey? They use sticky tongues. They hatch their eggs inside the body and lay young ones. Their eggs hatch inside, and after they lay young ones. We got tortoises, turtles, and terrapins. These are reptiles that have hard shells on their backs. Imagine, their backs are hard. Their body, actually, their body are slightly hard. So that's why we are saying they have hard shells. I think some of us have ever seen tortoises. That's why we are discussing tortoises, turtles, terrapins, and we have said they have hard shells. Turtles and terrapins have their feet modified into flippers for swimming in water. Their feet are modified into flippers, which enables them to swim in water. Then tortoises move by walking using their strong legs. They have legs, they can walk. That's the mode of movement they actually undergo. They lay eggs in the sand and on the bank of water, near water banks. That's why they lay eggs. We go to crocodiles and alligators. They are the largest of reptiles. This is the largest group. They live in water and come out to sleep in the sand or of the river banks. They have strong tails for swimming and attacking enemies. The role of those strong tails to crocodiles and alligators is that they are meant to attack enemies or prey. They have rows of teeth in their long jaws for gripping their prey. They have teeth to grip their prey. They produce by laying eggs. That's the mode of reproduction. They may ask, how is a crocodile similar to an eagle? You must know that eagles or birds they reproduce by laying eggs. Even these crocodiles and alligators, they lay eggs. Got importance of reptiles to man. They have good skin, which are used to make drums, to make belts, to make shoes. They are actually expensive. Their skins can be sold as trophies, and when you sell them, you get money or income. They are source of food to man. Some people eat them. Some reptiles like gecko and lizards help to eat insects, insect vectors. Insect vectors. These are insects that spread disease-causing germs. In case in point, we have mosquitoes. We have actually others like, apart from mosquitoes, we may have house flies. They are all eaten by these lizards. They are used to study and research. Some, like crocodiles, act as tourist attractions. So class, that's what we can discuss about reptiles. Remember, reptiles are under cold-blooded, meaning their body temperatures change with surroundings. And we have seen crocodiles, we have seen snakes, we have seen chameleon, we have seen chameleon and reptiles. So make sure you know examples of reptiles, make sure you know basic characteristics of reptiles, and that one will take us to another level when we meet.